Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Ellie and today I'm going to be running through a 30-minute power energizing yoga class. So this class is for anyone who wants to build heat, build strength, endurance, get the body nice and hot and sweaty. We don't need any equipment for this class, so if you do need to take any variations or come into child's pose or downward facing dog at any point, if you feel like you need to rest and recharge, then go ahead and do so. But if you're ready, go and grab your mat and come and join me. Okay, so we're going to start the class in a kneeling position. So here we'll just close your eyes, place your hands on your thighs, and we'll just begin by bringing our attention inwards, bringing our attention to our breath, to our heart. And knowing that during this practice we're going to be doing a lot of heart opening exercises. So that's opening the front part of our chest, really working on our heart chakra. Take one deep, long, clearing inhale through the nose and then exhale through the mouth. We'll take some gentle cat-cows while we're here. So roll your fingers forward towards your knees as you bring your spine backwards, as if you're curling yourself in a C shape, bringing your chin to your chest. And then inhale, bring your hands back, roll your pelvis forward, open the chest, and gently gaze up. Open through the throat. Exhale, come back down, roll the spine, chin to the chest. Inhale, roll back up. Exhale down, inhale up. We start to get the spine nice and mobile. If you're doing this in the morning, it can feel quite stiff. And with all exercises, we work with the breath. So here we're doing one breath per movement. Find your center point. Inhale, rise the spine up. Imagine that someone's pulling you from the crown of your head, lifting your spine. And as you exhale, roll your shoulder blades back and down, opening out through the collarbones. You can lift the sides of your mouth to a smile. And exhale, let everything relax down. You can bring your chin to your chest, roll it around to the right, opening up through the left side of the neck. And then bring your chin to your chest again, and then roll it to the left. And we come back down. Keep working. If you feel any cracks or crunches, it's all okay as long as you're not getting any pain. We're physically cracking the body open. From here, come back to center, take your hands forward. We're going to come into a puppy pose. So as you walk your hands forward, you're sticking your bottom in the air, leave your knees where they are, and you're aiming to get your chin and your chest close to the mat. So you can come onto your hands to do so. You're looking forward. If you live in more of a flexible body, you can come onto the fingertips, drop down. Relax into the pose, feel the stretch along the thoracic spine. We take a deep, long breath here. Exhale, we come all the way back to center. And now we come back into our child's pose. So bring your bottom to your heels, walk your fingertips forward, drop the head to your mat. And from here, we're going to come into upward facing dog. So it's going to be quite fluid movement. So gaze forward at your hands, spread your fingertips, bring your body weight forward as if it's a wave, keeping your arms straight. Find your upward facing dog. So push feet into the mat, lift the knees, keep the shoulders down, gaze forward, and then exhale, come back to your child's pose. Inhale, come forward. Upward facing dog. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, roll forward. exhale, child's pose.
And let your head be the last thing that comes up.
Again, imagining your body is like a wave.
We go for one more upward dog.
And from here, slowly lower your body all the way to the mat. Take your hands out into a goalpost position. And we're going to come up into our locust. So gaze forward. And then we're going to lift our elbows, our arms, our head and chest off the mat with the inhale. So inhale, lift. Keep gazing forward. Use your back to lift yourself up. Try not to clench your bum cheeks too hard. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. We do one more. Inhale, lift and hold. Keep that gaze looking forward. Keep shoulders back and down. Exhale, lower. Now you can bring your hands underneath your armpits. You're going to tuck under your toes. And from here we're going to find our plank position. So you really have to push through the arms, through the legs, push all the way up and find your plank pose. We're going to stay here for a few breaths to build energy, to build heat. Spread the fingertips, push the floor away, round the shoulders, but up under the belly button. And sigh it out. Take a long, deep, clearing inhale. And then just sigh it out. Get rid of any tension in the face. We hold. And then we exhale, roll it back to a downward facing dog. So adjust your feet slightly, don't bring them in too far. And here as our first down dog, go ahead and walk the feet. You can pedal it out, lift one foot as you lower the other one. Keep pushing into the mat. Feel the bottom rise as you're pushing your heels down. Gaze forward at the hands, just make sure they're shoulders distance, your fingertips are spread. And then from here, we're going to walk the feet all the way towards the hands, nice and slowly, into our Uttanasana, forward fold. So your feet are hips distance. Exhale, fold forward. Drop the head. Make sure the weight is equal between the heels and the balls of the feet. Inhale, come to a flat back, so you can take your hands to your shins or to the mat. And then exhale, forward fold again. From here we come all the way up to Tadasana. So we bring our hands to the side. Inhale up as the hands touch above the head. Exhale, hands to your heart center. And then Tadasana. Bring your hands to the side, your mountain pose. So here your pelvis is tucked under. Your feet are really pushing into the floor. Your knees are lifted, your shoulders are down. Inhale, lift your hands, rise up to the ceiling. Take a gentle back bend. And then exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. From here, we're going to take a low lunge. So step back with the right leg. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Stay on the fingertips, gaze forward. And from here, you're going to rise your torso up into your low lunge. Hands above your head. Gaze up as your hands come to touch. Exhale, we frame the foot with the hands. Tuck under the back toe, lift the knee, and step back into plank. From here, we do our first chaturanga. So by all means, take your knees to the mat if you need, or keep them lifted. Slowly lower yourself halfway, and then push up into upward facing dog, and inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. we go on the same leg. So lift the left leg, look forward, step it forward between the hands. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes, rise up, bring your hands above your head, gaze up as the hands touch, and then exhale, hands frame the foot, tuck onto the back toes, lift the knee, and step forward. Right foot to meet the left in Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back, gaze forward, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees slightly, rise all the way up to a stand. Hands come to touch above the head, and then hands to your heart center. And then to the side, back into a mountain pose. We do the exact same now on the other side, so find your standing pose. Inhale, lift the hands to the ceiling. Gentle back bend. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Come into a halfway lift. Flat back, exhale, forward fold. This time step back with the left leg. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Come onto the fingertips first to gaze forward. Feel the stretch into the groin, into the hip flex on the left side. And when we're ready, lift your hands, come up, gaze up as the hands touch. Exhale, frame the foot with the hands, tuck under the back toes, lift the knee, and step back into plank. Now from here, take your choice of chaturanga. Bend the elbows halfway. Inhale, lift, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now right leg lifts and steps forward. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Find your low lunge. Hands above the head, gaze up. Exhale, frame the foot with the hands. Tuck under the back toes, lift the knee and step forward. Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to a stand. Hands come to touch above the head and then hands to heart center. Lovely. So that was about Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutation A. We should be feeling nice and warm. So now we're going to be doing a little bit of Sun Salutation B and a little bit of work just to build more heat in the body and open out the chest. So bring your feet as wide as the mat. We're going to come into our yogi squat. So here you're going to slowly lower yourself all the way down to a squat, keeping your feet on the mat the whole way. So bring your hands to your heart center, bend your knees, slowly lower yourself. Your elbows are aiming to come on the inside of both knees. When you feel it, you're as low as you can go, hold your squat. Hold. This nice yogi squat, your back should be straight. Your elbows are gently pushing against the knees just to open them out. And give yourself a slight lift. So push through the heels, that will engage the bottom. So you're really working on your glutes. Take your left hand to the mat, lift your right hand to the ceiling, open up the chest, gaze up at the right hands. Inhale, bring yourself back to yogi squat. Exhale, we go the other side. Right hand comes to the mat, your left hand to the ceiling, gaze up. Inhale, come back to center. And from here, we're going to take a few yogi squats. So what I'd like you to do is really push down through the heels and exhale, we come to a stand. Take your hands up as you come up. Hands to your heart center. Slowly lower all the way down again. Find your yogi squat. We push through the heels, hands go above the head. And then exhale back down again. Find your squat. Push through the heels. Hands to heart center. We do 3 more. Come down to your squat. Open up the hips. Keep your back nice and straight. Push through the heels. 2 more. Come all the way down. And last one. And last push up. You can heel toe your feet into the mat. And we find our chair pose. So bring your toes to touch, a little space between the heels. Exhale, lift your hands as we bend the knees. Keep your tailbone tucked under, your belly and your front ribs lifted. Your knees are squeezing together. And we're aiming to get our arms by the ears. But if this is too difficult, you can take your hands to your heart center. Come as low as you can go. Gaze forward. And exhale, forward fold. Come to a flat back, inhale. Exhale, place your hands to the mat. Step back with the right leg. Keep the back knee off the mat. And from here, we're going to come into our crescent lunge. So inhale, lift into your crescent lunge. Your back leg should be straight. Your knee at the front should be near 90 degrees. Again, you're tucking your tailbone under, lifting through the chests, lifting through the sides, dropping the shoulders, extending through the fingers. And exhale, we roll the back foot to the mat and we open out our arms into Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. So your front heel should be in line with the arch of your back leg. Your shoulders are down. You're gazing over the middle finger of your left. You're lifting through the chest. We hold the warrior. The warrior is strong, not only for your body, but for your mind. From here, take your right hand onto your right leg, bring your left over the top, keep the bend in the front knee, gaze up. Exhale, we bring forearm to thigh, right hand comes over the top. And again, gaze up, make sure that your shoulder is open. If you wish to take your fingertips to the floor, you can do, but just make sure you're not rolling round. So you're keeping your shoulder open. Inhale, come back to your Warrior Two. Keep the bend in the front knee. And when you're ready, go ahead and extend your front leg. So we're just going to shorten the stance ever so slightly for Trikonasana. So here we're keeping the legs nice and straight. Your arms come out to the side. And imagine that someone's pulling you forward with your left fingertips. So you're elongating your left side. And then we drop your left hand down as your right comes up. Imagine there's a wall behind you and you're staying onto the wall. Keeping your right shoulder open, gaze up to the ceiling. And again, if you're aware of your Ujjayi breath, so slight restriction into your throat, you can go ahead and do this. So keep your mouth closed. Inhale, come back to your Warrior Two. And now we're going to frame the foot and work our way through our vinyasa. So come down, frame the foot with the hands. We step back into our plank and chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. So from here, you can either step or you can hop to the front of your mat. If you wish to hop, gaze forward at your hands, make sure your fingers are plugging into the mat, bend your knees, come onto your tiptoes and hop forward to the front of your mat. From here we come into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And from here I want you to find your Utkatasana, so your chair pose. So bring your big toes to touch, space between the heels, bend the knees, lift your arms. Tuck under your tailbone, gaze up. And then exhale, come to a stand. Bring your hands to your heart center. And then find your mountain pose. So now we do the same, but on the other side. So find your chair pose. So big toes to touch, little space between the heels. Bend your knees, lift your arms, tuck under your pelvis. We hold the chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And now we swap sides. So bring your hands to the mat. We step back with the left leg. Find your crescent lunge. So push up off the front leg. Keep your back leg nice and straight. Bring your front leg to 90 degrees. Drop the shoulders. Keep the fingers pointed. Work into the ribs on the front side, so you're lifting the ribs, opening the shoulders. We hold. And when we're ready, we open our arms out into warrior two. So drop the back heel at 45-degree angle. Open out the arms. So the heel of the front leg should be in line with the arch of the back leg. Your pelvis should be pointing forwards. Your fingertips are nice and strong, you're gazing over your middle finger. We take a few breaths here. Now take your left hand to your left leg, right hand over the top into a peaceful warrior. Gaze up, keep the bend in the front leg. And then exhale, you can bring your forearm to your thigh. Your left arm over the top, or you can bring your fingertips to the mat. Okay, we find our warrior two, so inhale, rise up, open out your arms, and then straighten your leg. So we come into Trikonasana, so shorten your stance just ever so slightly. Your legs are nice and straight, your palms are facing forward. Now we reach forward with our right side, so you're lengthening the right side of your body, and bring your right arm down as your left comes up. So we're not bending forward, we're bending to the side. Lift up slightly, as if someone's pulling your left arm, lifting you, that will engage your core. And then we come back to our warrior two. Now from here, we work our way through our vinyasa. So frame the foot with the hands, step back into our plank, and chaturanga our way through. So bend the elbows, push up, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lovely. We take a moment here. Now from here, bring your feet a little bit closer together and go ahead and raise your right leg up as high as it can go, three-legged dog. If you wish to open out through the hips, go ahead, bend your knee, open out. Now come onto the ball of the left foot, and if you're ready, flip your dog and come into wild thing. So straighten your left leg, bend your right, open out through the chest. Extend your right fingers forward, lift through the hips. And when you're ready, nice and slowly, we come into our side plank. So stay onto the outer edge of your left leg, stack your feet, lift through the hips, push through the left hand. You can gaze up at the right hand if your balance allows. And then bring your right hand back down to the mat and wave your body back to downward facing dog. And then we go the same on the other side. So lift the left leg as high as it can go. Three-legged dog, open out the hips, bend the knee. Come onto the ball of the right leg, flip the dog over. So your right leg is straight, your left leg is bent, you're opening out your chest, lifting through the hips. Nice and slowly we find our right side plank. So with control, find your side plank. You're stacking your feet, you're lifting your hips. And then drop the left hand, find your plank, and wave your body back to downward dog. You can bring your knees to the mat, find your child's pose. Let your forearms drop on the mat. And then from here, we're going to come all the way forward onto our belly. So stretch your fingertips forward as far as they can go. And then roll your body weight all the way forward onto your belly. Here we try Sphinx pose. So your elbows are coming underneath your shoulders, your forearms are on the mat. Your fingertips are pushing into the mat and also pushing back. That will open out the shoulders. Your legs are engaged, so you're pointing your toes, you're lifting your knees. So although this looks like quite an easy posture, it is quite engaging. Lift the belly button as well, so you're lifting the belly off the mat. And exhale, slowly lower. Keep the arms where they are. I'm going to inhale and lift again. Lift the belly. This time I'm going to tuck under the toes and come into forearm plank. So tuck under the toes, lift the knees, find your forearm plank. And we hold. So doing core work is super good, especially if we're opening out the front body. We've got to make sure that the core is nice and strong. And then from here, if you wish to find your dolphin, go ahead and do so. So this is where we try and keep forearms and hands where they are, but we come into a downward facing dog-like shape. So you're walking your legs in, your bottom is engaged. This is really good for shoulder strength and mobility. And then exhale, walk your feet back, find your plank, and then slowly lower yourself back down to the mat. Whew. You can bring your arms out to the side, just to regain your breath and your focus. And now I'm going to take bow pose. So, from here, take your arms all the way back behind you. What we're going to do now is you're going to bend both feet towards your bottom. And you're going to try and lift your chest. Take hold of your feet with your hands. If you wish to lower the chest back down, go ahead and do so if your knees allow. Now from here, the aim is to lift the chest, push the feet out, so flex the feet, push the feet out and up, and lift as high as you can go. Lifting your feet up, try not to splay the knees open. Keep lifting through the lower back. If this is painful on the lower back, then just come back down. Don't push it too hard. Exhale, lower. You can bring your arms back down to the mat, head to the side. From here, we're going to take a gentle twist. So bring your right knee up towards your right elbow. Take your left hand underneath on your right knee and open out your right arm to the side. So it should feel a nice lovely spinal twist. Open out your hands, look over to the right. Try and keep your shoulders planted onto the mat. And you can start to close your eyes. Feel the heat running through the body. Exhale, we roll all the way onto our belly. And then we find the other side. So bring your left knee up towards your left elbow. Your right hand comes underneath and open out your left arm. You can gaze over to the left. And now we roll all the way onto our backs. And from here, we're going to take bridge pose. So for bridge pose, your knees are bent, your feet are on the mat. Take your hands to the side. And I'd like you to then bend your elbows and point your fingers to the ceiling. We're then going to lift your bum and your pelvis to the ceiling, pushing through your heels. And from here, if you'd like to take more of an arch rather than working on your core, take your hands to the mat and work them underneath your body and take hold of your hands. So interlace your fingers and lift. Lift your belly as high as it can go, lifting your pelvis. You're bringing your chin to your chest and keep rolling your shoulders underneath. Really opening the front body. And then exhale, we come back down to the mat. Oh. Okay, we do a quick hip stretch and then happy baby, and then I think we're good to go. So we take right foot over to left side on the left thigh in a figure 4 position, and you can bring your left foot off the mat, interlace your fingers behind your knee and pull your leg in. So we store a lot of emotional energy in our hips, and it's really good to stretch our hips, even if we're doing a lot of running, a lot of gym work, or even if you just do yoga. Hip stretching is super important. Prevents a lot of injuries. Bring your left foot back down to the mat and we swap sides. Left foot across your right, and then you lift your right foot off the mat. Take hold of behind the knee. Keep your shoulders planted into the mat. And then you can bring your right foot back down and your left, and find your happy baby. So take hold of the outer edge of your right foot, the outer edge of your left foot. Keep your elbows on the inside of your knees. And imagine you're trying to pull your feet inwards as you're pushing them away. So you're opening out through the hips. You can rock side to side if that's what you wish. You can rock forwards and backwards. And then when we're ready, we'll take Shavasana. So you can take Shavasana in whatever position you like. So you can bring your heels together if you wish. Kind of like in our butterfly pose. Take your arms out to the side. Close your eyes. Relax your mouth, relax your tongue to the base of your mouth. Drop your shoulders down to the mat even more. And again, bring your focus back to your breath. So the Shavasana at the end of every yoga practice is super important to lower the heart rate, allowing your body to recover. It's giving your mind time to unwind. But by all means, stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. But if you're with me now in the practice, take your hands above your head, stretch out your fingertips, you can stretch out your toes. Imagine someone is pulling you from your fingertips and your toes, and then roll over onto your side before we sit up. And then when you feel ready, you can push up through your hands and come into your seated position. And like I said, if you feel like you need to take Shavasana for a little bit longer, then go ahead and do so. Otherwise, hands to your heart center. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this energizing yoga class. I hope you feel pumped, ready for the day. And yeah, stay tuned, follow me on Instagram. And I also do classes twice a week on a Tuesday and on a Saturday as well. So be sure to check them out. So thank you everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.